Well, we've got a great day here at the ballpark, folks. It is the third annual Goblins Wiffle Ball game. Of course, it's neither the third nor the annual because this is the first year in which the Goblins take on the Hudson Valley Ironclads. Leading off for the Ironclads is third baseman James Gibbons, and we'll take a look at that Ironclads offensive lineup here in a second, brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. But first, we're going to see the inaugural pitch of this first matchup here between the Goblins and the Ironclads. Ryan Greenhill on the mound for the Goblins as that one gets fouled off. Ryan Greenhill is actually a sub for the Goblins today. He wasn't expected to be the starting pitcher, but he ended up doing so as he throws that one down and away. It's a 1-1 count here in Cornwall, and the Goblins are off to a bit of a slow start. 1-1 pitch is high, and that one's going to go for a ball. It's 2-1 now. Behind the plate, we have catcher Desmond Gillick. Gibbons, of course, here, excited for his first potential hit of the game, but he's a little too eager. Swing and a miss. It's a 2-2 count. Well, here comes the Deuces pitch. We got Gillick seemingly leaving as the catcher. Greenhill stepping off the mound here, but he gets back. I don't know. They're saying there's a delay of game, a technical delay of game. I don't know if we're going to go through with that. Greenhill goes for the 3-2, and that is a recorded strikeout. No catcher behind the plate. But we do have a defensive lineup here for you. This is the New York Goblins defensive lineup, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings Newburgh. We've got Gillick behind the plate, Greenhill on the mound, the Perez's, and then, of course, we have Pummer in. We've got Christian McNeely at third. Christian McNeely, former MVP of the league. And then, of course, we have some outfielders to be established. Evan Clift, the second hitter for the Ironclads. We'll get to that offensive lineup presumably at the next batter. But really quick, we have to look at this. This is going to be a big plate appearance here for the Ironclads. Looking to get it started early. 1 out, top of the first. And that's going to go outside. Well, more accurately, it's going to go inside, just high. And that one is going to be swung on. It's a 1-1 count, as Gillick seemingly meanders his way back. Do more for your health with Colgate. 1-1 is the Colgate count. Just so you know. Colgate, I am a fan. I had a dentist appointment today. Here for the game, though seemingly Ryan is a bit outside. It's going to go 2-2, and while I was plugging Colgate, I guess I missed a strike. But we're able to catch that one. Clift swings at that one upstairs, and it is a 2-3 strikeout for Ryan Greenhill, his second of the day. Here's something a little interesting about their lineup. James Bursig, their first baseman, batting third. Andrew Dobinzinski is their fourth man up, although we may not see him here if Greenhill is able to continue his pitching dominance. After that, of course, we've got Jack McCarthy, Ethan Lee, David Kramer, and then rounding out as their eighth batter, Graziano. That one's outside. It's a 1-0. Catcher now meandering back. Seemingly the Goblins have gotten their defense in order, but we'll have to see. And that one's inside and upstairs. It's going to be a 2-0.
Hit it that far.
Well, let's see here. We've got a good day here, but not a good pitch, as it's going to be his third straight ball. It hit the bottom of the actual strike zone itself, but not the actual black part of the strike zone. The strike zone for the wiffle ball game is a physical thing that is freestanding, so it's not, including that base part there. The 3-0 is outside, although Streets might be saying it made contact. Bursig still in the zone there. Thank God we have a catcher behind the plate. Those are the calls that we can't call up here, but you know, on the ground, they're able to hear it make physical contact with the strike zone itself. The 3-1 is swung on, also made contact with the strike zone. Would have been a strike no matter what. It's 3-2. I believe it's the second full count of the night. Of course, I'm not keeping count myself. We've got scorers at a different booth for that. And it's going to be a walk. That one all the way outside, and we will see Andrew Dobinzinski come up to the plate here. Dobinzinski, a rarity in the sport, if I remember correctly. He'll be batting from the left side of the box. Here's a fun fact for you. Wiffle games often fall around or on the summer solstice. This year we're looking for some real deep action as Dobinzinski here looks for a deep ball. Ryan lines up to throw lefty, but quickly changes his mind back to righty. Righty on lefty action. Let's see if it is as dominant in the Wiffle leagues as it is in the bigs. The 0-0 pitch incoming. Ryan looking to first, making sure there's no steal. And nope, okay. He steps off there. He's warming up. He's back on the mound. The pitch outside. It's going to be a ball. You know, these are the moments where you're going to have to reevaluate yourself as a pitcher, you know. Got to shake it out, see a new guy, and throws right back to the same spot. He's trying to catch Andrew Dobinzinski swinging, which might actually be the more apt play here. Dobe might have a bit of energy that he wants to let out there by swinging at those pitches. But nothing beats a nice fastball down the middle. It's going to be a 2-1 count there as Ryan seemingly tries to maintain his ability here. Yeah, they're saying it made contact with the top right of the strike zone. Now it's a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch is a blazing fastball. Look at that. Strikeout celebration. 3 Ks in the inning for Ryan Greenhill. Well, that's going to bring up the Goblins at bat here. We'll go ahead and take a look at their Goblins offensive lineup here in a second. Something notable here is that Atticus Jackson, the outfielder, is going to stay behind while not there. So even though Graziano is in the outfield for the Ironclads, we're also going to see Atticus Jackson in the outfield there. But, of course, we've got our short and long stops in McCarthy and Lee, respectively. Gibbons and Bursig on the bases. Clift on the mound. And we've got David Kramer as catcher. Coming up to lead off here for the... Coming up to lead off here for the Goblins, we have J-Ram, a new prospect for the Goblins, an off-season acquisition that their manager is very excited for. But he's going to look at that one, down and inside. It's a 1-1 count. The other batters we're going to be looking at after this, we've got Marvin Perez up next. He's going to go, maybe they're saying he held up. They're saying he held up, but we've got the catcher saying it's a strike. We've got already our first controversial call of the game. Catcher throws his hands up in the air, unsure of what to make of this, and it's going to be ruled a ball. The 2-1 pitch is outside, and that'll be a 3-1. Goblins offensive lineup after the Perez's, of course. Marvin as the 2-man, and we've got Justy at the 3. That's going to be a strikeout there, although the Chiron shows that that was actually ruled a strike originally. That's fun. So that's interesting, right? That was fun. I missed a fact there, but you can all read at home, I'm sure. Wow. Well, this is Marvin Perez, another off-season acquisition for the Goblins. After him is Justy Perez. We've got Ryan Greenhill at the 4, and that one swung on. Fouled off. Seemingly he's holding up, and he's waltzing back. That'll be a strike, as all foul balls are called. Ryan Greenhill bats 4th. Christian Magnini in 5th. We've got Matt Pummer in as their 6th man. Gillick at the 7, and then Jackson rounds up the lineup. Understandably so, because he's outside of the actual, dugout there for this, as that pitch goes outside. And that's swung on. Oh, they're saying they got the catch. I didn't even realize. Wow, this is bad commentary, folks. I'm sorry. Wow. That's a blazer down the middle, and it's a 1-2. Count here for the second Perez. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning. Absolutely clean and beautiful for the Ironclads. I think I missed a Colgate count there. We do like to thank Colgate. We like to thank our sponsors, of course, Buffalo Wild Wings Newburgh for the New York Goblins. And then, of course, we have the Dunkin' Donuts franchise for which James Gibbons was employed as the sponsor for the Hudson Valley Ironclads. I believe it was in Poughkeepsie. We're going to see a change here. Goblins back to fielding and the Ironclads back to hitting as we have Jack McCarthy up to bat. Jack McCarthy, a notable power hitter in previous games. We've got Ryan stepping off the mound there, trying to shake out any nerves he might have in those arms. We know he's had some ACL trouble in the past. He's got some elbow joint pains in the past, so he's trying to work through that, get through this second inning here, as we've got one of the more dangerous batters. He's going to try to bait him into swinging, but he won't do it. That'll go for a ball. It's 1-0. Yep, we've got the catcher signaling that there. And that is going to be swung on. Goes right back to that same outside spot there. With a bit of a sinker. And he catches him sliding. Catches him swinging at the sinker. It's 1-1, a Colgate count, and it's swung on, and that'll bring up a 1-2 for Jack McCarthy. Jack McCarthy has seen 3 straight balls. If he never took his bat off his shoulder, he would be up in the count 3-0. The 1-2 is also swung on. The first pitch to actually make contact with the strike zone will be the one to retire that batter. Fun fact, Christian McNeely was part of an emergency trade over to the Goblins in 2022 and pitched an immaculate inning against his former team in the third in his relief appearance. McNeely, a very good player, and we have another very good player coming up to bat right now in a former MVP in Ethan Lee. We hear his walk-up song, which is by Young Flat. A lot of the actual players on the day here have that same walk-up song. For those that aren't aware, it's a banger, is what the streets are calling it. The first pitch that Ethan Lee is going to look at is swung on and hit. We've got potential fielding stuff, and seemingly Ethan Lee gets on base. J-Ram seemingly was hustling to make a play out there in the outfield, but it just won't do it. J-Ram might actually come in, be the first baseman here, but we've got bigger concerns with the tallest player on the day in David Kramer coming up to bat. Something interesting about David Kramer, of course, is that his strike zone should actually be bigger than it is for deep reasons there, because he swung and hit the actual strike zone itself, but also because he's a taller guy. His strike zone should naturally extend a bit higher and a bit lower, but he's got the same size that, say, an Atticus Jackson or a Justy Perez would have if they were up. It's a one-size-fits-most strike zone. Yep, it was a swing. It would have hit the strike zone. We can hear that. It's 0-1 as our camera crew zooms out of the action to capture more of the fielding. We appreciate that because now we've got a little bit of a hit here, and we can see, look at that. We've got a single going there for David Kramer, and we've got Ethan Lee advancing to second base. So, now they're saying, are they saying it's a foul? It should have been foul, but they're playing it? But they're playing with fouls. Are the what are we? Oh, wait, no, wait, are they? Wait, yep, they're calling. Wait, yep, they're calling a foul. Good job by our Chiron operator for not calling that early. I guess they've got a better view of this than I do, because of course they knew that was just going to be fouled. My fault, everyone. It's 0-2 for David Kramer. We see that he has the capability to make contact and run, but he won't get to do that just yet. He fouls that one back too. 0-2 is one of the tricky counts when you're a hitter because you don't want to swing, but you also don't want to do anything bad. Not that he's doing anything bad in this instant. Wait a minute. Wait, were they saying that was also fouled? No. What? What are they saying? What? 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 They retired him at first? You can just do that? Shouldn't he have to run to second? Well, whatever. I mean, this is a wiffle ball league. It's not like this is, you know, college or anything. We don't have to follow those rule sets. Well, if memory serves right, this is going to be Max Graziano, one of the new acquisitions for the Ironclads, even though they're a new franchise. A lot of their players have played before in the past for different teams, specifically the Octonauts. Sorry, folks, I'm tripping up on my own words, as it seems Max Graziano trips up by not swinging at that fastball. It's an 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch is seemingly held up. No, wait, they're saying he went? They're saying he swung at that? Are we serious? Okay, whatever, man. Well, it was upstairs, but Graziano seemingly very eager to make contact as he's down 0-2, and he swings at that one outside. Look at that. Way to get out of the inning for Ryan Greenhill. It's been a solid inning for the Goblins. The Ironclads will record their one hit with Ethan Lee as we head up to the bottom of the second. Well, we've got Ryan Greenhill up next. And we're going to have to see how his hitting can compare to his pitching. We've seen him get one recorded hit tonight against him as a pitcher. Hopefully, he can get one recorded hit right now as he goes to bat. You know, I don't want to have too much of a commentator bias, but I will say that I do root for the more established, more legacy franchise in this matchup. Goblins, one of the two original teams, the other team being the Octonauts, who unfortunately had to fold. The Ironclads took their spot, and boy, are we grateful. Seemingly, everything is in order. Evan Clift returns to the mound. It's going to be the bottom of the second. He's selecting the right ball. He's shaking himself out. And the first pitch is going to make contact with the strike zone. Clips the very edge of it, but those are still strikes. It's 0-1. But quickly going to be a Colgate count of a 1-1. Yep, that's what you look for here. That one all the way wild. It's going to be a 2-1. Got a bit of a rowdy dugout here for the Goblins. And maybe it's getting to Clift, who throws his third straight ball after being so dialed in to the corner of the strike zone. And he's going to walk his first batter of the second inning. Wait. Wait, no, wait. What do they call a strike there? What? Okay, no, now that's a, okay, all right. Thank you, Chiron operator. I don't know which one of those they called a strike. I'm going to be honest, right? I mean, we all saw that, right? Ethan Lee won the MVP award in the Octonauts for the 2023 game and is the logo for the league. That is true. Ethan Lee, former MVP, Christian McNeely, former Goblins MVP, although I don't think he actually got the overall award. It probably would have gone to someone like Max Gutenberg for that year. But doesn't matter right now. Ryan steals second. Are they going to call that? Are they going to make him go back? I mean, we've heard people say steal bases before, but no, Ryan's just jumping right at it. As we've got, I believe it's Matt Pummer up to bat, who seemingly. Wow. Sorry. Matt Pummer charging out of the dugout. It's Christian McNeely up to bat. Sorry about that, folks. They're calling it a ball, even though they did say that it audibly made contact with McNeely's bat. That should have been a strike. Well, whatever. It's a 1-1 count. We do love our Colgate counts here. We've got some pearly whites to smile with. Greenhill, every time he jaunts a little more to the right, actually blocks the view of our strike zone. Seemingly, Clift has a bit of trouble identifying the strike zone as he throws a second ball. They're saying that he went. That's strike two, even though it audibly made contact with the strike zone. Maybe I spoke too soon, as Clift is looking to dial in with a man on second and one out. I missed that strikeout, or is that another instance of them calling a thing from earlier a different thing? Well, whatever. We've got Matt Pummer up here now. Matt Pummer, a fearsome fighter who was in the minor league system for many years, but now is actually on the team itself. And that was going to be a sac bunt. Ryan runs to third anyway. Are they going to allow that? If it hits, okay, wait. Are we establishing some rules here? Okay, nope. Okay, we got Ryan going back. Respectable. But Matt doing the proper baseball play of laying down a bunt to advance the runner. But who knows? Maybe he'll take the bat a little further and try to drive him home with a deep hit here. He's not going to do it on that, and he's going to get a second straight strike. Greenhill itching to round the base paths. Will he be able to do it with that? No, he won't, as Matt Pummer strikes out. After Pummer comes the catcher Gillick, the seventh batter in the Goblins lineup. Although we've got Clift here seemingly taking a brief break to sit down, take a knee. Seemingly he's tying his shoe, but it is funnier to think that he's taking a knee in protest in this moment. Well, up to bat is Gillick, one of the few players with an actual walk-up song here. And it's going to be blocked entirely by Greenhill, who takes a step back. Thank you, Ryan. That's going to be swung on and no contact made as that pitch was in the strike zone. It's going to be an 0-1 count for Gillick. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit, makes some contact, scooped up by Jack McCarthy, who doesn't do anything. Interesting. All right. Well, they've got men on the corners and 2 outs. The 8th batter is Atticus Jackson, who now has to come in from the outfield, although not an outfielder for the Ironclads, as we've established. We've got a Tally Hall song for Atticus's walk-up here, which is fun. Bobby does a backflip. I don't know if you're familiar, but he does, in fact, do a backflip. Well, it's a high-leverage situation. Let's see if Clift can get out of it. He issues a ball for his first pitch. It's a 1-0 count. But he's also outside. It's 2-0 now. Clift has had a bit of trouble identifying the strike zone this inning, although he's able to find it there with a bit of a sidearm delivery there. He's throwing a little submarine action, even though the count is 1-1. Did I not see 2 balls earlier? Well, who knows? I sure don't. The 1-1 is inside, and that is going to be a strike. It's 1-2 now, maybe 2-2. We missed a Colgate count, unfortunately. The 1-2, as Clift looks to make sure no one steals, is going to be swung on, and that will end the inning. Goblins had an opportunity, but they're going to get another one as their heart of the lineup is due up after this. Ironclads are in a bit of a similar situation. They've got their lead-up batsman coming to the plate. Wait a minute. The Ironclads ruled that an error. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me they ruled that hit by Gillick an error? Really? What, because the infielders didn't run and dive to get the ball? Really? That's an error? Wow. Oh, sure, whatever. Yeah, I don't make the rules, do I? No, I'm just the announcer. Sure. So Gillick gets on board with an error. Oh. Hits the top of the strike zone there. It's 0-1. Gibbons, a interesting leadoff hitter. He's got some good showings in the past, and he shows why, as that one is going to get softly in the hands of Perez, but there's going to be no connection to the first baseman. It's a Colgate hit! Smile? There's no smile like yours. Hashtag free our smile. Hashtag free your smile? It's a bit blurry on my end. I got bad eyesight. I don't have my glasses on. I think I'm nearsighted. I gotta work on that, you know? We've got Clift to bat now after his way to get out of that last inning. Let's see if he can make something happen on offense in this inning. He's going to take that one inside for a ball. It's a 1-0 count. Greenhill has had a formidable 2-inning showing here, but maybe in the third he might gas out as he throws his second straight ball. Greenhill, famously a pitcher that can tend to have some injuries pop up. He's been injury prone in the past. He's had to get pulled before even 5 full innings have been thrown in the previous games. We've got a third straight ball. That one all the way upstairs. Just a real wild pitch here from Greenhill. Bit of an unfortunate sequence to watch here. Maybe he can dial it in for the 3-0 pitch. Well, it does make some soft contact on the right side of the strike zone if you were sitting behind the catcher's mound, I suppose, but it is the outer edge of the strike zone for Clifts. The 3-1 is looking to take it to a full count, but no one will know. It does! It does take it to a full count. Clift now swings, and the runners will advance. Clift runs through first all the way, and Gibbons now safely on second. The league did go on hiatus in 2024 because Ryan Greenhill was recovering from Tommy John, so that's why it's technically not the third annual Wiffle Ball game, nor is it even the third annual Goblins versus Octonauts, because they, a delay of play also coincided with the Octonauts folding. We've got James Bursig up to bat now. Bursig, a formidable batter. And we've got a bit of trouble for Greenhill, who, after throwing 3 straight balls and then throwing within the strike zone, led up 2 hits in this inning so far, uncharacteristically so, might I add. That one is going to be swung on by James Bursig, who chased that one upstairs. For a batter like Bursig, it is a little unfair. The top of the strike zone does represent even, close to the neck for him when he's in his natural batting stance. So that's why for Kramers of the world, it's advantageous, and for the Bursigs, not so much. Swung on, but scooped up by Greenhill, who makes the play to first. No, he doesn't, does he? Well, they're calling it an out, but Gibbons will run and score. No, wait, wait. Yeah, no, they are. Wait, well, okay. Clift is going to leg it into a triple. Well, Clift is going to leg it to third. Wait. Okay. All right. Nope, the Chiron's caught up now. So, no, none out. And men on the corners as the Ironclads go in to score. It's just as hectic for me as it is for the scoreboard operator. That's nice to know. Seemingly, the jersey has been taken off here for the number 4 hitter in Andrew Dobinzinski. Frankly, I don't remember if he had it on in his first plate appearance. But with none out and 2 men on, he's going to swing at that and make it a 0-1 count. But it will become a Colgate count here as he takes that one outside. It's 1-1. This is a high leverage situation for Greenhill here. The only other arm in the 1-2, by the way, he swung at that. The only other arm in the Goblins bullpen that we can confirm to be ready is going to be Justin Ramirez. That one all the way outside. Wow. And we've got Lee. Nope, we got Bursig, I'm sorry, taking off there. I'm very confused as to who's on first and who's where. I'm already expecting Ethan Lee up, even though he's not up for 2 more batters. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. You can even see James Bursig's last name on his jersey. That's fun. Well, it's a deuces count here. The ump does his best peace sign impression as Dobinzinski fouls that one back. We'll do it again. It's 2-2 once again. Well, he hit that one seemingly behind the actual backboard there, and so they're going to have to run to get that ball. Unlike the majors, we have a limited amount of balls here today, folks. Recycled. No one shakes those off. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. Thanks for your Nixon impression there by the catcher. And the 2-2 pitch is barely able to make contact with the outermost edge of the strike zone, and that will be an out. Okay, now we get Justin McCarthy up. Sorry, the reason that I had hesitation there is because I only call J-Ram J-Ram. Pretty sure his first name was Justin Ramirez. It's been a while. Whoa, did the camera cut there for a second? What's going on here? Okay, I think it did, but seemingly that was outside for a 1-0, but are they not going to call that? Was that a ball? What's going on here? 1-1, I think the catcher just signaled, but it's tough to say. Swung on, oh my god! Oh, J-Ram gets the catch to keep us in fair play. The runner on third stops short, and that's going to be recorded out. That's now 2 outs for the Ironclads, even though I think I just heard someone from their dugout say 1 out. As now we have Ethan Lee up to hit. Former MVP Ethan Lee, the number 6 hitter for the Ironclads. Brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. With 2 men on, the first pitch he sees is swung on and fouled off. It's 0-1. 2 men on, 2 outs, 1 run already scored in the inning. Can the Goblins get out of this with only letting up 1 run? We'll have to see. We've already seen a great defensive play there by Ramirez. And now it's up to Ryan to finish Ethan Lee 0-1. Look at this. Look at this. Swung on upstairs. Ethan Lee seemingly eager to show why he was a most valuable player in the past. We've got camera ops here swinging and missing, and much in the same way that Ethan Lee just swung and made contact there for a 0-2. Fouled that one back. Yeah, we've got the cam op here shifting around. I mean, trying to catch the runners and Ethan Lee in the same frame, although now missing out on first base coverage for if Ethan Lee gets a hit or gets walked here. But with 0-2, Ryan will throw his first straight ball. That one outside. I believe Ryan would have thrown a ball earlier had Ethan Lee not fouled it off. Well, actually, he would have thrown a few balls if Ethan Lee hadn't swung and missed at a few. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and that will do it for that inning. What would have been a deadly situation turns into a 1-run scoring affair for the Ironclads. Let's take a look at that stat list there. Yep, so the Ironclads have gotten 3 hits. The Goblins have committed an error now, and the Ironclads have scored 1 run. Wonder which one they called the error. Was it the Perez error earlier? I wouldn't call that an error. Oh, whatever. They called the Gillick hit an error. So maybe any time a fielder gets his hand on the ball, it should automatically be considered an end. Well, whatever. We've got Justin Ramirez up, top of the 3rd inning here. Justin Ramirez, a highly touted prospect. Maybe he'll get to show why, but he's going to take that one for a strike, I believe. Yes, he does. They're calling for the catcher. Oh, but seemingly David left. Seemingly David left. Can Duncan give us a defensive update then? David left. David officially has left. Okay, well, I guess that changes the offensive and defensive lineups. Whatever. I mean, James Bursig there. Yep, okay, let's take a look at this new lineup. So Bursig now leaves first base, goes behind the plate. Gibbons still the 3rd baseman. Swung on and almost caught by Clift, but unfortunately not able to do it. And ironically, in a moment where they would have needed a first baseman, he's currently sitting behind the plate. J-Ram has an OPS of over 1 million. Is that true? On-base plus slugging. I mean, he got a strikeout in the first, so I think right now his on-base plus slugging is... How does that work? 250? He got a single. I don't know what that means. Swung on, and no contact made for Perez, as J-Ram just snags second. Sure. I mean, honestly, man... If they're not gonna throw, look at that. See, earlier we had Greenhill jumping back and forth between the bag and the actual plate itself, covering up home plate. But now we got J-Ram, well, fully blocking it. Oh, no, but see, he steps out of the way for I believe what is the first ball that is thrown here to Marvin Perez. It's 1-2. J-Ram getting ready to snag third, potentially, or with a hit from Marvin here. He's going, swung on, but he's going to take the bag. Are they? Yeah, okay, well, they're calling him back. I think in regular baseball you can go, but nope, that was a strikeout. That's why. It's because it was a strikeout. I was too occupied on the J-Ram subplot there, folks. My apologies. 1 out, and up to bat comes Marvin's brother, Justy Perez. Justy, the shorter of the Perezes, yet Justy, the older of the two. Swung on, and no good. It's going to be 0-1. Justy Perez, supposed to be named Justice, but his parents didn't know how to spell it. We don't see what that pitch was, and the Chiron operator is calling it a ball. Makes sense. It did sort of look outside. Well, he's fully in frame. We cannot see. Wow, the strike zone came down, so presumably he swung and hit the strike zone. That's funny. Kramer, tallest player, swings and knocks it down, and now seemingly Perez knocks it down there too. But they're not calling it a 1-2, so maybe he didn't swing. Who knows? I sure don't. With a runner on second, we've got Evan going back in sort of a reverse pitcher's conference, where now he's going back to fix the strike zone and confiding with the catcher potentially there. They're calling it 1-2. Okay, good to know. Good to know. It would also be good to know what's happening at home plate. J-Ram, can you step a little bit more? Almost. Almost. A little bit more, J-Ram. Good. All right, cool. Stay there. Stay right there, J-Ram. We've got a bit of a conference here behind the camera. I don't know who's stepping over to talk to Atticus Jackson there, but they're saying maybe they're running out of storage. 2-2? When did that happen? Did they just throw a ball while I wasn't looking? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Well, I mean, Ramirez is now stepping a bit more outside. Yep, we're hearing a 2-2 count. Okay, cool. It is 2-2. Oh, it was Jack McCarthy that stepped over to talk. That's nice. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Swung on. Yeah, swung on and no good. Okay, cool. That's going to be a strikeout there. I shouldn't have even been worried. I just thought it might have gone tipped foul because we could hear it audibly hit the strike zone, but Perez pretty late to step off the plate there. Step out of the batter's box, if you will. Well, we've got Ryan Greenhill, the pitcher, up here. We've got we're hearing the storage problems here. Hopefully, nope, that's it. Are we serious? We don't even get to. Okay, well, wow, that's tough. You really couldn't wait until the end of the inning there. Wow, man, that's tough. I was actually very intrigued to see how that would have ended. Man, that's just, you hate to see it, truly.